While the courts consider the issue, questions still linger about the choice of countries named in the executive order and why others were not included. VOA's Mil Arcega explains.
With the Trump administration's controversial immigration order facing growing opposition, two key questions remain. How did the 7 Muslim countries make the list of those designated for travel restrictions? And why were other Muslim countries historically associated with terrorism left out? The White House says it relied on a list handed down by the previous administration.
What it is to make sure that the people who are coming in are vetted properly from 7 countries that were identified by the Obama administration.
The so-called Countries of Concern list had its origins in this little-known law, the Visa Waiver Program Improvement and Terrorist Travel Prevention Act of 2015. The law sought to prevent so-called foreign fighters holding European passports who had traveled to the battlefields of Iraq, Syria, and other countries of concern from taking advantage of visa-free travel to the U.S. The Department of Homeland Security later added Iran, Sudan, Somalia, Libya, and Yemen to that list. In arguing for travel restrictions, the executive order says numerous foreign-born individuals have been associated with terrorism in the United States since the attacks of September 11, 2001. But if the order's goal is protecting the nation from foreign terrorist entry, the administration may have picked the wrong countries, says Charles Kurzman of the University of North Carolina. We spoke to him via Skype.
It turns out that there have been 0 fatalities in the United States caused by extremists from these 7 countries.
Kurzman's research on Muslim involvement in violent extremism in the United States shows that attacks carried out by Muslim American extremists have caused 123 deaths since the 9/11 attacks.
The level of involvement in violent extremism by Muslims in the United States is still quite low, as compared with the overall number of murders and violence in the United States.
Adnan Kifayat, an expert on countering violent extremism, has another explanation. The 7 countries are easy targets.
It's not as if Somalia or the central government of Somalia can really effectively mount a challenge to the United States politically, or for that matter, Libya, which really does not have a centrally functioning government, or Syria, which is mired in civil war.
Kifayat says the Trump administration is likely to expand the list. But with the immigration order facing legal challenge in U.S. courts, its future remains uncertain. I'm Mil Arcega for Masood Farivar, VOA News, Washington.